Hey there, it's Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host Kyle Brotherson, and today we're going to do the review of the Alpinestars Tech 10 boots. Stick around. First, I would say these boots are definitely high quality. You know, they're very high quality and they're very stiff. I am happy to report that while they are the stiffest boots I've ever had, they do break in over time and it isn't like uncomfortable. For the first little bit that I had the boots, for the first probably 2 to 3 rides, I was really quite nervous that this just wasn't gonna work, that it was too much of a super stiff motocross boot and it wasn't gonna work for off-road / enduro style riding, this type of stuff that you see on my channel. But I am happy to report that they do break in. It's still gonna be the stiffest boot I've ever had, but they do break in to the point where it's not totally uncomfortable. One of the things that kept me from running this boot is the little booty inside, which I'll roll in some footage, where you have to undo the outside buckles and then you put your foot into a booty inside the boot. That makes it a little bit more challenging. When you're getting dressed, it's just a little bit more to deal with. And then the other thing is when I'm done riding, it also makes it just a little bit more annoying to get out of. So, but the benefit of that though is the fact that it keeps, you'll notice that these boots are pretty dirty and there's like sagebrush and all these different things. Sometimes I got pine needles, sometimes I got leaves. The booty inside here actually makes it so that you get less leaves and dirt and debris down inside the boot with your socks and your feet. So it's not all bad. So yeah, it is a little bit more, kind of annoying to get the boot on and off. Takes you a little bit longer in both of those scenarios, but it does keep your feet cleaner and keep like little rocks or pebbles or pine needles or whatever from getting down in your boot, in the middle of a ride, which I quite like. Here's something though that I haven't liked, and that is I get some phantom braking with this boot. What do I mean by that? There have been several times, and I've been riding several different motorcycles, where I will get the rear brake when I don't want to. So I try to keep my toes back, and I try to keep the pegs here under the ball of my feet. You can see it's hard to see, but like this is right where, if this will focus, this area right here is where I'm trying to have my foot pegs, right there. And you can see on this boot, at least I can see, it doesn't really come through. This is where the foot pegs are. Here's the thing though, these boots are a little bit longer. So I'll roll in some shots here. I just measured my Garnet SG12 boots. These Tech 10s, now they are one size bigger, because the Tech 10, these Alpinestars are an 11, whereas these Garnets are a 10. And so you guys need to know that I started with the Garnet in size 11 and it was way too big. So the sizing for me on the Garnet at 10 is the same sizing for me as the Alpinestars at size 11. But it's about an inch longer. You can see, I'll kind of roll it in. It shouldn't be an inch longer for one size, I don't think. I think, and honestly, this boot was the right size for me. After running it as long as I have, I don't think I could go down to a 10 in this. Maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. But I would just think that it should be about a ½ inch longer, not a full inch. What that does is it puts your toe closer to your rear brake. And I would get phantom braking. There were several times. In fact, I killed the bike 3 or 4 times because I would lean forward just a little bit and my toe was extended out about an inch further than I was used to. And I would just barely catch with the right toe. I would just barely catch my rear brake and just apply it and boom, kill the bike. Or at least sometimes kind of send me over the bars a little bit just because of that. So it's something that you'll have to really take into account. People told me not to order a size down. So I'm either a size 10 or a size 11 in all of these different boots. And yeah, I think the size 11 was the right one for me because I think the size 10 would have been too small based on the experience that I have, but it does make that boot longer. I'm not sure if it's just because of the booty that's inside, but that has been an issue that I've had. with these boots is just them being longer. So I would kind of get that phantom braking, which I haven't had before. So now you've got to think about, at least for me, you got to think about even keeping your feet even further back. So like these boots, and these have been going forever. So you can tell this is the main area on these Garnets. This is the main area where my peg has been. You can kind of see that here. And I probably run a little bit further forward on the right foot than yeah, you can kind of see it here. On my left foot on the Garnets, it's a little bit further forward because I keep my feet a little bit further back on the left side. On the right side, you're constantly shifting that foot forward and bringing it forward to hit the brake. But it's just something to kind of know. Let's look at the weight of these things, because this was also kind of surprising to me. I know all boots are heavy. Here's what I didn't really realize. These boots, I don't know, let's see if you can read that. So hopefully you can. They are 10 pounds, 2.2 ounces. I'll put them, let's take a look at the Garnets, and both boots are dirty. So the Garnets, 9 pounds, 4.8 ounces. So the Garnets are significantly lighter. 9 pounds, 4.8 ounces. So these Alpine Stars are about a pound heavier. Did you like how I had a scientific amount of dirt on each boot? You can tell that this stuff just gets used. So here's the end result. I like my Tech 10s, but I don't love them. They're a little stiff. They're okay. They've gotten softer. Do I think this is this going to give you a crazy amount of protection? Yes. If you are the type of person that is the most worried, like you're putting so much emphasis on your ankles, you don't want to break your ankles, anything like that, then this boot is going to offer a ton of protection. But there's something else that I didn't love about them, which is when they bend and when I walk, the top of this kind of bends down and hits the top of my foot. It's not the most comfortable. So while I'm riding, it's got a really nice footbed, and I've got pretty okay feel of the pegs, and they're good, but I'm getting that phantom braking thing happening. And then just walking, you know, doing a trail maintenance or just doing something like this, walking around, setting up tripods or whatever. These have not been the most comfortable boots to walk in, because you get that when your toe flexes, it's really hard to demonstrate it here, but there's just something that happens with all of the top of this boot where this kind of pinches down and hits me in just a weird way on the top of my foot that I'm not totally in love with. The Garnets are also very, very stiff, but it doesn't cave. It's like this part of the boot right here doesn't cave down when this bends. It's impossible to show you this, but this part of the boot doesn't bend down and hit the top of my foot. Neither do my CDs. So unfortunately, these are boots that I probably won't buy again. Now I might try the Alpinestars Tech 7s, but with as expensive as these boots are, maybe not the boot that I will buy again until they maybe do some major updates with it or something like that, and I just want to try it again. Because it is expensive, it's quality. The buckles are working just fine, even though they're dirty. I do like the buckle system because you've only got 3 buckles to deal with, whereas on a lot of my other boots, like the Garnets, you've got 4 buckles to deal with. So there are definitely some features here that will make sense. And if you're the type of rider, if some of the things I've said that I'm like, hey, I really like, if that resonates with you, go for it. But these are just real world reviews. Alpinestars, I paid full price for these. They don't even know who I am. I haven't talked to anybody over there. So really stiff boot, gonna offer a lot of protection for you. But for me, it ran a little bit longer than I really wanted it to, a little bit heavier than I wanted it to be. And don't really love the booty system inside. It's just a little bit more to kind of deal with. So that's my review of these boots so far. So hey, if you want to support me, one of the best ways you can do it is by using the links down in the video description for Rocky Mountain ATV. After you click on my link, you can either get it in the video description or any of the links over on my website. After you click on that, you can literally buy anything Rocky Mountain ATV sells, and it gives me a referral bonus. That really, really helps us out. it doesn't look, you can't tell that it's giving me credit. It just puts a little tracking cookie in your browser. So unless you've disabled tracking, it's working. And if we're having a sweepstakes, which I don't currently have one going on right now, it also gives you entries into the sweepstakes to win dirt bikes, because I have multiple bikes in this room that will be given away here in 2022. So that's my review of the Alpinestars Tech 10 boots, quality boot, but it's probably not the one that I'll buy. I'll buy the Seedies before that. I'll buy the Garnets before another Tech 10. It's kind of my thoughts right now. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you have questions, you can always email me, kyle@dirtbikechannel.com or customerservice@dirtbikechannel.com. Either I'll get to you or one of my assistants will get to you, and we'll answer those questions as best as we can. So thanks so much, and until next time, leave a single track.